May we all be prepared to get a larger blessing. Talking about as a saying that the blessing comes when you learn the lesson. I think that was not my saying or my understanding. Just Islamic, and it makes sense about you get a larger blessing. So the blessing is a large contingent upon how many people are able to sit and eat at the table. In the Bible it talks about the table of nations. Everybody want to eat at the table. One day, that blessing, And for me, I realize the blessing is just as I stated some time ago, just a measure of increase. But hey, I said this some time ago. You lost or fell away from your first love, fell away from, you moved from it. The first love, man, is the beauty of creation, the beauty of creation, man. And you look at the stars there, the moon or what have you, is it's pin-cushioned up there on that canvas. It's a beautiful thing, Beautiful thing. And it's the first flag. That's the first flag, The stars, the moon, and the sun. You got some clouds up there too, as they call it, And just that sky, Then you look at the ocean, The major source of food supplies, water. Get the earth, the trees, all the creation, man. First love is to be good stewards over all the creation, I think George Orwell wrote something about the Animal Farm and how animals made an agreement, they realized that they were being used by humans, They create some commandments that no animal will kill another animal, and the four-legged animal is their friend along with wings, and the two-legged person is an enemy. That which have two legs is an enemy. We got about 5 more commandments that they had, they agreed to. They changed the name from the name of a human to an animal farm. forgot the brother's name, the person who they changed the name of the farm to, and this one particular animal, was not to mention it was pigs. There may be something to that, but needless to say, one of them couldn't let go of the something that remind them of their past life. Their past life. I mean, the way that they were living. Being treated badly. Can't let it go. So. And they was admiring and adoring themselves, with that which remained of their the way that they were treated in the past. I realize that the past is just a reference point. It's not a place of residence. But there's something to that story. George Orwell's book, Animal Farm. Now humans have become so much, man, that they they've been reduced themselves to savagery, that people want to eat, they want the basic necessities of life, but it seems as though many get third class crumbs, and including myself, first class crumbs fall from the mouth to the plate. Second class crumbs fall from the plate to the table. Third class crumbs fall from the table to the floor. That's what animals eat, So yeah, man, this blessings, this small and large amount of blessings, that you want to sit at the table all alone. I remember one time it came up that we all sat and ate together. That was a blessing, family ate together. Now we have become isolated and we just sit by ourselves. Very lonely and isolated, alienated, ostracized and polarized. Marginalized as well, Has education done that? Has politics, human education, relation, politics, economics, religion, spiritual, social? Is it isolated, as marginalized, as polarized, as ostracized, as it's social stratification. Yes, man. And there are those who have achieved great success financially, materially, and are admired for it. Maybe one could be admired for their journey. I think Booker T. Washington talks about success. I think he may mention to appreciate the obstacles that one had to overcome in his journey. You know, the root word of problem in Latin is the obstacle that which has thrown before you. So I must say, there is, talking about the wonders or the beauty of this perfect expression of creation. Birds are designed to fly, fish are created to swim. You know, the mind of the human being. I think Einstein said you can never solve a problem at the same level of consciousness that created. Mark Twain says about travel, it eliminates bigotry, prejudice, and narrow-mindedness. That which affects the mind conditions the mind. That's just the nature of the mind. The mind is a transformative power. Psychologically and physiologically reflects the image that we are trying to project, you know. Trans is always in transition, you know. When you got transmission problems, you know, you're unable to shift your gears, you strip them, you know. It says, wait on time, wait on time, wait on time. Time is neutral. Dr. King said it can be used constructively or, destructively or constructively. S.B. Fuller talks about we need to learn to use the laws of observation, concentration, memory, reason, and action. We realize that that there is a world of opportunity out here. I realize that I have 3 core values: opportunity, expression, and appreciation. S.B. Fuller says, let us not be surprised about our growth, but be ready for it. Be prepared, be equipped. It says motion is the maturing reality of life. Before there is motion, there is sound. The natural order of things, you know. I ain't talking about animalistic realm of Darwinism, you know. Where the big fish swallow up little fish. Nah. That's animalistic. That's their instinct. You know, we're talking about living in a world of abundance when we all can sit at the table. I think, what's the brother named Foreman? I can't think of his name. During the civil rights movement, I said we all can't sit at the table. We can knock the motherfucking legs off. Everybody want to drink pure water, eat healthy food. Need to be a change associated with the Federal Trade Commission. And we learn to trade with one another, not based upon, exploiting one another due to predatory loans or creating high interest for one another, that we put profit over people. We don't learn. We're destroying the moral fabric of the human soul. Spirit of that soul. I realize there's 3 illnesses: mental suicide, emotional homicide, and spiritual genocide, cutting through the life force. Marcus Garvey said the greatest force is success. It's successful coming through and being existing on this earth. Earth yields. It yields, but earth represents an appetite. It's not my understanding. That was given to me or shared with me by Brother Imam Muhammad. Earth can absorb water. I think Sister Angela Davis talks about not using ideology to self-incriminate ourselves, or the ideology of criminalization when it comes about the use of words. It means be careful not to speak when it comes to the ideas of the oppressor, or that which is oppressing us, and that which is oppressing us is ignorance, and is due to arrogance. The ecology, the ecosystem versus the ecosystem, I have my moments of intense expression with my tone, But everybody have needed self-expression. The car that you drive, the home that you live in, the clothes that you wear, the glasses, the way you get your hair cut, the way you wear your hair. Well, Earth 25 said, is this world? Can it be a masquerade? Hiding what you really are on the outside. Pretending what you really, hiding what you really are on the inside, pretending what you really are on the outside. Either or, pretending to be something that you are not. Say the whole world is a masquerade. Over Shakespeare, it says, all world is a stage, we're merely actors in a play. Actors in a play is a stage. An act. A law. People can act real good, real well when the camera's on. The camera's on now. I just hope that I'm using it properly. I realize that adequate cooperation leads to proper communication. That's how you effectively coordinate your power. Looking up, I'm thinking as if I'm looking up, that there is something up there that's going to help me, What type of help you think I'm looking for? I'm against intellectual prostitution. One has the skills, the talents, the wherewithal, the knowledge, but yet his intellect is being prostituted, to continue to promote and perpetuate profit over the people. But yeah, man, so there's 4 things I realized that James Bevel said that we face every day. Reverend James Bevel said problems, questions, issues, and needs, Problems are designed to be solved, issues resolved, needs met, and questions answered. What is the issue? The issue is character resolved, because character is the outgrowth of one's humanity. Yes. And what is the problem? Many people suffering from an identity crisis, Most psychological breakdowns is to deal with living phony lies and false identities. How you think of yours, what you want people to think of you. It's not really you. Question. The answer to the question of governance. How we govern our daily affairs. What's the need? The need is for spiritual guidance. Anything that remains is natural form and natural state. So what is the rift? Is it spiritual? Is it economical, political, social, religious, educational? Once again, you can tell the psychology of one's mentality by what he or she produces. That becomes his reality. That becomes his ideology. Becomes this associated, becomes one philosophical brotherhood. The philosophy of their brotherhood. The philosophy of their sisterhood. The philosophy. 4 behaviors, vices, virtues, views, and values, In closing, Sly and the Family Stone never said it better. Everybody is a star. Till next time, talk to you.